Big Picture Podcast is for entertainment only. Our discussions are humorous and fictional, not serious or factual. We're not sharing personal truths or expertise. Don't try this act at home. Our hosts are trained to entertain, not inform or protect your interests or their own. Good evening, my people. Good evening. Hope all is well. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. This beautiful Saturday. I know this weather is acting funny, but we are going to make the best of it. NBA season has started. A lot has gone on within the past couple of weeks since we've gone live. We're going to wait for our co-hosts to come on, Miss Joy and our brother Quan. All right. Harlem Movie. What is good, my brother? A lot is going on in Harlem right now, man. Welcome home to our brother, Talk It Trigger. He is flooding the streets with his music. He's doing his thing. Looking forward to linking up with the brother, maybe checking out one of his video shoots and seeing what that's all about. But yeah, man, shout out to Gotham City God. My good brother from Uptown, East Side. Shout out to everybody uptown that's doing their thing. Shout out to Michelle, Queen of Harlem. She's always doing big things. I know she has a Christmas, I think it's a Christmas. So if you are a business or if you're just someone who wants to donate or be a part of that situation, make sure y'all hit her up, Queen of Harlem. Joy, what's good?
Hey Monty, happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You
Feeling like
good?
it's Saturday.
Yeah. Good old Saturday, man. How you feeling about this weather? You happy with the weather?
I'm a summer baby, so I'm never happy when it
Uh-huh.
gets cold. But I do like the fall because I like the transition to like the heavier coats and the boots. I do like that. I just don't like when it's cold. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say, nah, I like it when it's cold because I can get fly.
Everybody says that, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm a summer baby. I hibernate.
So,
I
so,
gotta
so I can
hibernate.
get fly. I'm about to say, yeah, you official city baby,
Yeah.
cause you like to get fly. That's what city ladies and the brothers say. We can't wait for the wintertime or the fall, so we can throw on the Avarex, we can throw on the Pele Peles, the freaking all of that.
Lamont, I'm a Leo. I'm gonna get fly all year
Reg-
round. The weather don't mean shit to me. I'm gonna put it on. I don't give a fuck
Regardless,
about the weather.
regardless, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Word. I'm a Leo, baby. We get fly all year round.
Yeah, man. Wow, yeah, lots been going on the past couple of weeks since we've been on live. Um, you know, our brother, our younger brother, Mister. Hold on, what is this? What is this? What is that? Eight out of five is my birthday, August 5th. Oh, okay.
Who's August 5th? Let me
Somebody named
look at the comment.
Paparazzi Princess.
Let's go. I'm August 4th. That's right, birthday twin.
Okay, happy
That's
belated.
right. Thank you, Daryl. Thank you. Thank you.
What's what sign is that? August. What sign are you? What is that?
That's Leo.
Okay,
Leo, of course.
okay. Leo's in the building. Yeah,
Yeah.
Quan. He just joined.
Quan coming on. Okay.
Yeah. My Jersey brother, my Bloomfield Jersey brother.
Yes, I have Obama's birthday. I used to be so proud to share Obama's birthday until I really saw he can't. You can't go live, Quan. What happened?
No, that's not Quan the Don,
No,
whoever that is.
no.
Nah.
Ron said I can't go live.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Maybe he's on
Oh
Instagram
no,
jail.
IG hates me. I've been there. I've been there, brother. Just hold
Yeah.
your head. You'll
You
be
know he's
you'll be
been
out soon.
he's been doing those sports things lately
Mm.
with the
So
picks
your
and
shit
all of
got
that.
flagged for it? Something you said?
I don't know, man. Maybe somebody hating on his picks.
Mm.
don't know. This young lady I know
Mm.
from Harlem, she she's an artist, and she talks about how he said suit like they real. She's talking about how people are blocking her. People are like sending um messages to IG to block her page, to restrict her
Mm.
page. Nice young lady. She raps. You know, she's from Harlem. She does skits and things of that nature.
Mhm.
And like they don't want to play her music on Instagram.
What happened?
I don't know, but she always complains about how people are like hating on her,
Mm.
how family hates on her, and how there are people in high
Mm.
places in the music industry or whomever that hate on her, whatever it is, you know. And I was like, damn, I said that's an IG RICO charge, right? That's an IG RICO
Yeah, for
for them just
real.
to like, you know. But I told her, I said, listen, man, I said, use stuff like that to make your craft better. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
for
start a
real.
website, go on TikTok. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, don't
Don't
go
let nothing
let
stop you. Yeah.
yeah, because and also I told her to verify her page too. Because
Mm.
when you get your page verified, then you can actually reach out to Instagram for customer support
Mm.
and all those different things. And people they can't just send complaints to block you for no reason. Like
Okay.
they actually look into it. So that's why you know I know with my page, you know, is verified. So you know I get those different types of benefits and things of that nature.
Maybe I should do that
So
because they actually Instagram sent me something maybe like a week or two ago where they was like, "Oh, Joy, you know, you can't get verified. Just click here." And I was
yeah,
like, "But I don't need to be verified,
yeah,
whatever." But I do get put in IG jail.
yeah,
Now I won't
yeah.
say do like currently, but I have been a
Mm-hmm.
couple of times, and two times I lost 2 pages behind that shit. So
Exactly.
now I try to kind of tread lightly.
Mm-hmm.
I realize when I'm starting to go too hard, I'm like, all right, let me just
Mm-hmm.
scale down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So and yeah, that's what's up. So you know, we've been having these conversations about how like you know how some of our sisters who are in the industry, how they you know, the way that they're dressing and things of that nature is putting
Mm-hmm.
them in the class where they're being over sexualized, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to the public or whomever. It may affect their craft if they might be mad about it or you know they might feel awkward, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I get it, you know. So we was watching a Shaq interview. Shaq was being interviewed by Angel Reese,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the conversation it's like we have to be careful how the media projects you know our black media
Mm-hmm.
hosts, our that's what I'm looking for, our content creators, things of that nature,
Mm-hmm.
because they only posted the part where it spoke about him about Angel Reese dunking with booty shorts on
Mm-hmm.
and how good it would look, right? But they didn't post the part where he said, "Listen, you know, if you lower the rim, if they lower the rim for the women's basketball, how it would be much more marketable for people to watch it because you know it was people, you know, the ladies would be able to dunk."
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, people would want to watch. Oh, wow, watching a woman dunk. You know, see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
you know, he went into, you know, he made a little joke about, and this was towards the end, and that's the funny thing about it. That clip that you see, that
Mm-hmm.
clip is at the end of that podcast episode.
Where he was talking
Yes.
about like, oh yeah, you should wear those shorts, and that one you
Yeah,
talking about? Mm-hmm.
yeah, and she was kind of like cutting them off, saying, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but you know, and then he was also referring to how she could make more money off, how she could make money off that because she would be able to put that on T-shirts, and she would be able to make money off of it. He said, I wouldn't buy the T-shirts. He said somebody else would buy the T-shirts,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, it's a marketing strategy to do, you
Right.
know, and I just feel like, you know, someone like Angel Reese, you know, if she's gonna dress like that, that's the kind of energy you're gonna get. You
Exactly.
know, if anybody dresses like that, if you're an artist, you know, with Sexy Red, you know, she expects that smoke. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's why she dresses like that. That's her name,
Mm-hmm.
Sexy Red. You know, and with Angel Reese, I'm glad, she wasn't. I don't think she was highly offended they because they are doing business together. Her and Shaq are in business. He pretty much brought Reebok, and she is
Hmm.
yes, yeah. So he's doing really, really big business with her. So
Hmm.
that is a reason why he wouldn't blatantly out disrespect her and put her on the stage as being a woman.
Hmm.
Is just being disrespected and don't look at it as a sex object. Like, nah, we want to see you get the bag. Now we love Angel Reese. I love my girl Angel Reese. I think she's an awesome interviewer. Her podcast is yeah, Shaq called her bro the whole interview. She wasn't exactly. She wasn't tripping at all. She wasn't tripping at all. So we have to be careful how we look at media because of that clip itself. It made it look like Shaq said something
Was
to her to
hitting on
disrespect
her.
her,
Hmm.
and she felt disrespected, and now
Hmm.
she's mad, and this is another scenario of a black man tearing a black woman down,
Hmm.
or a black man talking down to a black woman, or over sexualizing a black woman,
Hmm.
or what have you.
Hmm.
Like it was, it was like, come on. He wasn't
I
saying they
think
need to
that
wear shorts.
I didn't I didn't see the podcast in its entirety. I only saw the clip that you're
Yeah,
talking about.
facts.
And what I got from it was it sounded like he was teasing her. Like I said earlier, it sounds like he was just, poking around like, yeah, yeah, you should make some, you know what I'm saying? And this could have just been, it is just my assumption, but that's what I got from it. They probably had a conversation about it off camera.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, making a point to her. So he was trying to be funny on the podcast by saying, like, yeah, yeah. That's why she was like, all right, all right, all right.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily take it as like she felt uncomfortable, like he was being inappropriate or over sexualizing her. But it goes to show you, like you said, how people can take things they see out of context without knowing the whole backstory. So even reading the context, I'm sorry, even reading the comments
Mm-hmm.
under that clip, a lot of women was like, ew, like, don't he got a daughter her age? Like, that's disgusting now, blah, 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 blah. But again, maybe it's because he has a daughter her age. He's able to tell her, look, you don't like when people make you feel uncomfortable, people like me. Well, it's people like me who's looking at you when you're wearing little shorts like that. And you got to think from a different point because now you're a brand.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just Angel Reese, you're a brand now. And you make your money and your bread and butter this way, especially when she's saying things when she went on live and she was saying that the WNBA doesn't pay her bills. She relies on other things. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have to be mindful of that when it's all around. If you're selling yourself as a brand, now it depends on what kind of brand you're looking to market yourself as. If you're looking to sell sex, then by all means do that. But the WNBA isn't a sex selling machine,
Mm-hmm.
for the most part. So yeah, she has to be cognizant of it. People may not have liked his delivery based on that 30-second clip they saw, but then I
Mm-hmm.
would encourage them to watch the rest of it to see for themselves if he was trying to over sexualize her and being an old man perv, as some people looked at it,
Mm-hmm.
or if he was being the uncle and being like, yeah, that shit feels uncomfortable when you called out on it, right? So keep that in mind. And I think if it was the latter, he absolutely should have made, poked fun at it and been the uncle figure or whoever he is in her life
Mm-hmm.
to bring the point home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need your ass cheeks out
Yeah,
because look at
yeah,
the attention it brings.
yeah. I like what Daryl just said. He said that at the same time, the WNBA got criticized heavy for not having any sex appeal.
I mean, does the NBA have sex appeal?
Well, it depends. Do you? I can't. I'm a man. I can't.
But you see what I'm
That's
saying?
a question for you. I mean, I can't
But
answer the question.
but I'm posing a question to you because you're if you partake in anything that's involved in the NBA, whether it's as a viewer, a fan or whatever, you're not there for sex. You're there for the sport. So why would the
I think okay,
WNBA be
no, no, no,
criticized for
no.
not having sex appeal?
I think what women see, I can answer that question to a certain extent. Um, women like seeing men run up and down the court, with muscles and, you know, to
That's
see how
nature.
tight their shorts are and I think women like seeing how high the men can jump. I'm like, I don't think that's a sexual thing though. A sex
It's
appeal.
something, well, so if it is sexual for someone who's going there to watch because they want to see balls jiggle up and down the court, they want to see his print, they like seeing big sweaty men, whatever. That is viewing it from a sexual aspect. However, the NBA didn't sexualize its players
Mm.
to appeal to women who may be watching because that's what they're looking for. No, they keep it within sports. If you're here as a spectator, regardless of what you're here for the love of the sport or you like the way the players look, you're still here. So what I'm saying is, how can the WNBA be criticized for not being sexualized enough? Why should they be? If people are
Mm-hmm.
coming in to see sex, then they need to see those players outside of the NBA. I don't feel like that's what you will be tuning in to a WNBA game for. But that's just my opinion. I don't see why. Why would they be criticized because the women weren't sexualized enough? They're playing sports. Why would they? Now, again, that goes back to Angel Reese. Now, she wants to wear, maybe a little more sexy, revealing, some might say provocative type of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
She's not doing that on the court. She's going to do that in her outside life, and she has that right to. Whether she
Mm-hmm.
gets judged for it or not, she has that absolute right to. But I don't see why the WNBA should have received criticism for not being sexualized enough, or maybe I don't know. I feel like that's weird. It's the WNBA. They're so okay. For example, you know how they have those football leagues where the women play in like thongs or the booty shorts.
Yeah.
They're thick, voluptuous women. They play. People are going to that game to see them play like that for the most part, and they're marketing their sexuality to attract it. It's a different type of sport,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's football or not. But the NFL is not going to have that shit because they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, so there's a difference, and I don't see the WNBA being compared to the booty short thong football. Excuse me. So I don't see, excuse me. I don't see why they should have to be compared to why they're not sexual enough. That's just weird to me for WNBA. That's crazy.
I think uh, sex
The
appeal.
ladies love. Daryl
Sex
said the
appeal.
ladies love men in the poom poom shorts. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe in Dr. J's era.
Yeah. I think there's more money made with the sex appeal on the woman's side more than the men's side. If
Of
that makes
course it is
sense.
because sex sells,
So
but I
yeah.
don't feel like that has to be in every aspect of life. Like if they want to dress sexy, okay. I know this player from one of my exes, Candace Parker, I think her name is.
Okay.
She's a really pretty, gorgeous woman, and I'm sure there's tons of other gorgeous women in the WNBA. I just don't watch the sport, so I'm not familiar with them. But I remember he used to like drool over this girl, this lady.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like she wasn't sexualized in order for men to desire her. She was a beautiful, gorgeous female. So if you're attractive naturally, people are going to be drawn to that without you having to be sexy or appealing in a sexy type of way. I feel like absolutely it should be kept out of the WNBA. Now, whatever they decide to do in their outside time is up to them. And then
Yeah.
whether they attract more fans because they're sexy, beautiful, appealing, whatever, then that comes
Yeah.
with the territory. But I don't think that the WNBA
All
should
right.
be sexualized in the slightest. Like I don't know. That's just weird
Okay.
to me.
All
For
right.
me, I
So
would lose respect for it. Like what the fuck they got these bitches doing?
yeah. So we have our first calling for the weekly agenda. But
Holla.
for what's the agenda? We have our brother Daryl calling in,
Ah,
and
Daryl calling and talking shit.
yeah, I don't know if you get if we hear kickback, you might have to turn your IG off, but I doubt you have it on.
Okay. Yeah, I just locked out the IG but can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. So
Okay, yeah.
so how do you feel like that? Do you feel like do you feel that there's a bigger agenda to get the women to appeal sexually to the fans than the men?
Yeah, big time. If you remember, the WNBA has always been a joke. It's always been heavily criticized. One, the sexuality of the women in the league has always been an issue. I mean, if you know the comedian Bill Burr, he's always cracked jokes about it. Everyone has always talked shit about the WNBA. especially about the sexuality of the women, saying they were too masculine. It wasn't I guess attractive for men. No one wanted to watch it. I mean, we've all heard this before. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. The New York Liberty, who just won a championship, was playing in Westchester in front of 2,000 fans. I mean, it was laughable. So they needed the sex appeal from Angel Reese. That's why I don't knock it. You needed her to come in and kind of change the game for that. It changed the whole face of the league. And if you looked at this past draft, it was nothing but, it was more feminine women getting drafted into the league with short skirts and high heels. I'm not saying the league had to do that, but it was more marketable. So I really don't knock Angel Reese's sexuality. I think it was actually needed for the success of the league. And as you can see, the WNBA has never been more popular. So that's my whole point with that.
Mm.
Okay. All right, cool. So thanks for calling in, brother. We're gonna keep chiming in on the chat, and we're gonna continue to answer, to reply to what you just said, okay?
I'm gonna stay tuned in.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, so he made a good point.
I can see the point. I can see it from that aspect.
He made a valid
but I still don't
point.
really have respect for it. Because this is where I don't even really like the term, because I feel like it's overly used right now when women want to say like, oh, everything is misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's kind of misogynistic because, again, it's like, to Daryl's point, he said now the WNBA, the league has become more popular as far as, because now they're drawing more attraction to the attractive players. I guess I get that, but it's kind of corny to me, like, do better. So you're saying that, excuse me, you're saying it lacked popularity because they kept saying the women were too masculine and everybody suspected, oh, everybody's gay. There's nothing but dykes and butchers in the WNBA, whatever people were saying about it. So now you have young Angel Reese, where she's coming up in a generation where things are very over sexualized, and she's just dressing how, she knows the dress. But for me, that's kind of whack, because if Angel Reese was my daughter or my niece or someone that, could look up to me, I would express my disappointment from that. You're a beautiful girl. People are going to want you regardless. You don't need your ass cheeks out in public in order to show that you're a sexy, attractive female. The other video you sent where she was dressed up, she had the sequin dress on with the long trench coat and the shoes. The girl was beautiful. No ass cheeks in sight. You didn't see no cleavage. So again, and you think men wouldn't be drawn and attracted to this gorgeous girl? So that's why I feel like, for me, I understand it as far as a business point of view. That's what they wanted to do. They felt like that was going to bring in the money. Okay. But it doesn't make it respectable for me because they're seeing results from it. Because imagine if any one of those girls was, our daughters. Would you still be okay with it? Now, are you looking at it from a horny aspect? Like, yeah, I want to see, these women, their tights be a little, their shorts be a little tighter and shorter, and maybe the jerseys are a little, more fitted with maybe saying whatever. To me, that's corny. Are they there to play ball, or are they there to get your dicks hard? And if that's the case, create a league like the football league where they play the football and the booty shorts and the thongs, because that's what you're selling there. So why not have it separated? There's a lot of people that take their young sons and daughters to go see these games. So it may not be as popular as NBA, but there's still people that take their children there. So you're trying to show them they need to be sexy. And like, I don't know. To me, that's kind of, it sends out the wrong message.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it almost smacks them in the face when it happens, because it's like they're using them to sacrifice their bodies. Because
and now, what's next after that? Then you're going to have a WNBA and Me Too movement where, oh, my coach was hitting on me and the owners were hitting on me and making these advances. That's what's going to come next after that. Once you over-sexualize the league, what else comes after that? Because is this Playboy? Is it the Playboy Mansion, or is it the WNBA? Which one do you want? These women can actually still be attractive without having to sell sex with it. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and now that I like, rethink it and kind of like, twist up the interview, it was kind of unprofessional for Shaq as a um, business owner,
Mm-hmm.
executive to make a statement like that because now you're opening up the door for disrespectful comments that could be
Mm-hmm.
made from, not just men like him, but other executives who are, working with those basketball players, those WNBA players. Now it's something just you need to keep to yourself.
And I think
You don't gotta say,
that's why he was trying to make that point though. Like if
yeah,
it makes you uncomfortable with me saying
yeah,
this is the type of attention. I think that's just what I got from it. Like that was his point. Does it make you feel uncomfortable when you hear me referring to you being in those shorts?
hmm,
That's the attention, whether it's wanted or unwarranted. Those are attention seekers, and you're gonna get the attention whether you want it or not. You're gonna get that attention. So I
hmm.
felt like that's why it's that he made it seem like so creepy old man, like, yeah, with those short shorts. Yeah, I want you to feel uncomfortable because this is what you get when you wear things like that.
And he did say at the end of the interview, he said, "Y'all are beautiful woman." He said, "Overall, y'all are some beautiful, gorgeous woman." And he said that with authority. Like, listen, like if you read between the
Mhm.
lines, he was pretty much saying, like, "Yo, y'all don't have to do that."
That's how I took it, and I didn't even see the whole thing. I felt like he
Yeah.
was trying to be funny, like
Mm-hmm.
like for example, with my son. My son is 10 going on 11. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
having more and more of those puberty talks with him, or like, what's going on with you in school type of talks. And it absolutely makes him feel uncomfortable. So sometimes I tease him, oh, you feel uncomfortable? Well, guess what? We got to have these, you know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of took it. Like, this makes you feel uncomfortable, but if you're asking for attention, this is
The
the type of attention you're
conversation.
going to get. And I
Yeah.
feel like he probably was trying to sharpen her up, especially if she's signed to anything that he's doing. He's probably on some like, yeah. Let's get you away. Let's get you out of that city girl shit. You don't like that? Oh, you don't like that, right? Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's how I took it that he was
Mm-hmm.
doing. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully, they're able to fix that because, no matter how talented you are, or whatever kind of business, entertainment, sports you're in, you know, your fashion, what you wear shouldn't, um, it shouldn't dictate your success, if that makes sense. You understand
I
what I'm saying?
agree, but
You
unfortunately,
shouldn't,
it does in a way
yes, I mean,
because
it's the
it's how
world we
you
live in.
carry yourself. Really, it's really
Yeah.
how you carry
Yeah.
yourself.
It's the world we live in because it's like Beyonce, right? When she
Hmm.
first came out with Destiny's Child, right? It was a little girl group. It was like what,
Hmm.
four of them? They had like the little high school sex appeal, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Hmm.
And they sold tons of records.
Hmm.
They sold millions of records, and of course the older she got, she started to, wear little shorts here and there or do whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she made a household name for herself. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So,
They still they
that
still try to keep her to a refined standard. Like they have sex appeal for her without it being too revealing. They still keep her like sophisticated, sexy, still where you can still appeal to young girls, but you're not
but it's still
overbearing.
but it's being accepted on all levels. It's being accepted
Yeah.
in the hood all the way to the White House because
Hmm.
look at the convention, the Democratic convention. You have Megan Thee Stallion performing at, Kamala Harris, the convention.
Hmm.
What was it at? A few weeks ago,
Yeah.
twerking, doing whatever she does, and then last night you have Beyonce. You have
Hmm.
Beyonce and Kelly
Kelly, I think you're saying
Rowland,
right. Hmm.
and Tina Knowles. They was all there last night at that convention, and it was. I don't know. I like I've been a supporter of the Democratic Party for years. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? And I just feel like, we gotta switch things up a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? And when she got on that stage, not that I felt bad about, not that I was like, oh my God, here we go.
Hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just felt like, we just follow the trends too much. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? When it comes to us getting the people we want or the people who's supposed to do something for us. in office, because it's like you got somebody on stage like who ain't done nothing globally or nationally
Mm-hmm.
for the urban community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All this woman does is sell tickets when she tours for thousands of dollars. You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like when I see them come on stage, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. We selling records, we selling concert tickets. Like what we doing? But she came on there. She said she came on there as a mother, not a politician or not, whatever else.
Yeah. I heard her little
And
quote. I heard
yeah,
her little quote.
and then of course Amber Rose was like, "Oh, she's biting off my speech," because Amber Rose, she came on the stage and said the same thing. I'm not coming on here as a model. I'm not coming on here as a whatever else she does on free time. Like, so I get it. I get it. I just can't wait for November 7th to be over.
Yeah, for real.
So I really think I'm gonna go vote like early. So when election day comes, I can just do my time and a half at work and go home.
Right.
That's it.
I just don't. It, it
But
it super annoys me, and I'm not saying that the Republican Party doesn't do it too, because of course they're pandering to voters. It's a dirty
yeah,
game, and you
yeah,
either play dirty to keep your head above water, or you're gonna get drowned.
yeah.
Like, it's a dirty game right now. So I'm not saying only the Democrats pander to our community, but I guess because now I'm not fond of the Democratic Party's ways.
Hmm.
I'm more so annoyed by certain things they do. And I'm just looking at people like, why? Yeah, like, how are you guys not insulted by this? And I mean, like, for example, having Megan sing, she could have toned the songs down that she chose to perform at that convention. But she's singing songs like, what was it? I can't even remember. But
Hmm.
what? Like,
Yeah,
that wasn't a good, like,
that was crazy.
people got mad at, remember Chrisette Michele got like blacklisted because she performed at Trump's inauguration and everybody
Mhm.
felt like she was a sellout.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you getting stuff like Megan Thee Stallion, and are people thinking like, oh, Kamala's down. Like, it's backwards. It's very backwards. And I feel like this time of year, every 4 years when this comes around, the flaws of our community are highlighted where we have so much work to do collectively,
Hmm.
and because they're banking on our ignorance. And
Yeah.
a lot of people in our community are they're so proud in being wrong and strong. It's like, I don't care who it is as long as it's not him.
Hmm.
So you're willing to overlook all these negative things that they're using to insult us, to be like, okay, but it's what I know, and it's what the people around me support, so I'm going to support it too.
Hmm.
That loyalty has had our communities in a chokehold for too many generations now.
Yeah.
What I am proud is that I do see a lot more people waking up to it, even if they're
Mhm.
like, well, I don't necessarily like Trump either, but they got to go. This isn't the way. I'm very proud of that. But it's also disappointing to see how much further we have to go as a community, because it's like with Plies and what's his name? A Ricky Smiley, and
Hmm.
what's the guy from Sports Center, Stephen A. Smith. You got these black men coming on outside of Obama, but you got these black men coming on their platforms and they're berating other black men, going as far as saying, you don't respect women, you don't respect black
Hmm.
women, you're a misogynist, you're this,
Hmm.
because they see this lady for who she is insane to me.
Hmm.
That's insane to me. That goes to show you there's something up if they feel like now they got to put their soldiers on the front line and bully people and guilt you, and to make you seem like you're doing something wrong because you're starting to question things. And
Hmm.
anyone who doesn't see that for what it is, I'm at the point where I don't know what to tell you. I could send you a
Hmm.
million videos disproving every negative thing that's been said about Trump. everything that's been twisted. I could send a million of those videos, but if you're not ready to accept that as, you know what, maybe things aren't what we've been told all the time, then I don't know what to tell you. You just gonna have to see it on your own if you ever see it.
Yeah.
But I feel like those people, they're gonna learn a hard lesson, because if that woman gets into office, as much as people like to say, is Trump gonna do it? They're signing away our rights. What is it? The one that what's his name? Kennedy Jr. He was bringing up. It's a bill that was passed. What is it? 5402.1, something like that. I'm gonna get the number and send it to you. But that bill gives the military rights over individuals. So if they want to knock on your door and say, come with us, and send you to a camp, you don't get no lawyer. You don't get no appeal. There's no rights for you. And that was signed under this administration. So people keep highlighting Project 2025 and, oh, when Trump comes in, he's going to usher in racism and we're going to go back to slavery. This shit is happening with the people you thinking are going to save you. So I encourage everyone, do your research. Stop just looking at what when they saying things like, oh, I'm here to save democracy. The bitch is lying. She's turning your democracy away. And it doesn't have to be Trump, but you got to pay attention to people's real intentions when it comes politically, because yeah, it's happening. They're signing. COVID is what ushered all that in, when they were like signing away our rights, and so many people lost their jobs and their right to refuse certain things. It was you either get this vaccine or lose your job. Violating people's constitutional rights. That was happening under Democratic administrations. People have to pay attention. It's not just about building a wall and keeping immigrants out. It's about the ones who are here. You are losing your freedom and rights. And if we're not paying attention and we keep thinking we're voting out of loyalty, that's absolutely what the fuck is going to happen.
All right, somebody's calling in. Let's see.
Another negative is not what the bill is about. What are you talking about, Mikey J? What is not about?
Hold up. Hello?
Hey, what's going on? Okay, it's Mikey J.
Oh, that's Mikey J right there. Hey, Mikey J. So yeah, what are you talking about?
Hello, Mike.
Call in, right?
Yeah. How you doing, boss? What's up?
I'm good. So
what's the agenda?
Hey, I'm gonna be honest, man. I've heard enough to where I had to call in instead of just writing into the chat.
That's peace.
The comment.
That's
the
peace.
Comment section. So let me say this: I'm not a political man. I don't believe in politicians. I just believe in the Most High and what He can do for me. And what I can do for myself. I never depend on a politician for anything. But one thing we're not going to do, is disrespect our people of our own color. For her to call Kamala Harris a bitch is out of pocket. It really is. Like, that's not cool. We just showed the white man we will call our own people bitches and niggas in open form. That's not cool. They're already doing enough for us. In our faces and behind our backs. So let's stay away from that narrative and disrespecting our black women. That's one. Two, the bill that was signed in retrospect to the military is not a bill that takes away our rights. That's not what that bill is about. I know the bill you're speaking of, and that's misinformation as well. Now, in retrospect to Trump, there's no way I'm going to vote for a man who took away a woman's rights, a woman's protections to protect herself. You got this Project 2025 is a seal all and end all for all of us. So for us to even go against the administration now and the hopefully the administration, the Harris administration, that's crazy. We cannot sit back and allow ourselves to be shackled, chained, killed by police, held without accountability, and more. So we would rather put in Donald Trump, who's a convicted 34 felon, and openly talking about grabbing the pussies and all this other crazy rhetoric, disrespecting migrants, disrespecting Latinos and black people. We don't know what this man is about.
Yeah.
Why is this even a conversation? It's a conversation because people, they really don't believe the man is who he is. So I'm trying to figure out the stance on Kamala. Like, what is the problem with this woman? We don't know her. We never broke bread with her. We never had a drink with her. We never sat down. Like, we don't know her. but we know for what she presents to us the same way. So my thing is this, right? We can accept the things that Donald Trump throws at us, but we can't accept the things that Kamala throws at us.
Yeah.
No. Who said that? But I'm gonna let you finish making your point because I have a few counters based on what you said. So go ahead.
No, okay. I would love to debate, so let's go.
Yeah, we could go. Okay, but I want you to finish making your point, Mikey J, because you you said a few things that I want to touch on. So go ahead. I'm listening now.
So my point is this: would you rather be a house nigga or a field nigga?
You want to answer to that question?
Yeah. Would you rather be Donald Trump's lackey, or would you rather be walking around being able to do what you want to do under the Harris administration?
I'm gonna give you even one better. I'm not gonna be nobody's nigga, and that's the problem. So what I'm pointing out is the mindset that you came and you called in with first. You criticized the fact that I referred to her as a bitch. Now that could have been a general when I said, oh, whatever. If I did say she was a bitch, she don't get no pass because me and her got similar complexions. It's not because she's the devil I know, so she is a lesser of two evils, and that's the problem that I'm addressing. So what you're saying is you just sat here and you listed certain things that you feel like makes Trump a bad person. When it comes down, you mentioned his 34 felonies, but then you turned around and said, I don't know Kamala personally. I never sat down and broke bread with her or had a drink with her. So I asked, have you done that with Trump for you to sit here and say he's this bad person that has made these comments against these people? Because again, like I said a few minutes ago, I could send tons of videos that are disproving what he's saying. If you're saying that he made comments about blacks and Latinos that were disparaging and so racist, and you're saying you heard this word of mouth, and I'm saying, well, I can send you things that show the entire clip and it's in context in its entirety that disproves that. That makes me want to be a house nigga because I want to be under Trump. No, you're missing the message, and that's exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. Nobody is going to sit here and put this woman on a pedestal because, number one, the same woman you're saying, well, we need to support her and do these things because she's a sister, is the same sister that put our brothers and sisters in jail for things that benefited her political party. Now, that is a fact. That is not something that I made up. That's not something that I heard her say out of context. This is a fact. There are several people have come forward who have experienced these things from her directly, whether it is the man, one of the several men who have filed $1 million lawsuits against LA and whatever county they was in because she let him sit in jail unjustly, even though her office had evidence that this man was supposed to be free.
That is not true.
So you're saying the man that said this out of his mouth is lying? He's lying. This is like to slander her?
Okay. Let me just gather my thoughts real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, take
I'm
your time.
curious.
Take your
How
time.
do you know this is not true?
I'm disappointed. I'm very
Take your time.
very disappointed because
I want to know
there's
how
no
you know
way
this is not true. You just said
this
something I
heard
said
what
wasn't
you
true.
said.
How do you know it's
No,
not true,
but
though?
you asked me, right? You asked me, did I hear from his mouth, right?
Which one, Trump or the
As
man?
many Trump speeches as I can. I watch debates, and you're gonna tell me I was watching that by myself? You didn't hear the things that came out this man's mouth? Are you really gonna sit there and say that he did not say the things he said?
Yeah, there's several things. That man has said a lot of things, but there was a lot of things that are taken out of context. So he said a lot of things. I'm not saying this man has never said anything that would make him an asshole. I'm not saying he's an angel. I've said several times over these lives, I don't idolize Trump. However, I'm not sitting here idolizing Kamala either. And I do see where they are painting this picture collectively in the media to make him to seem like something he's not, because when I've done my own due diligence, as I would encourage you to do, and seeing that there's a lot of things that they said he said or did or is trying to do, that is not what he said, did, or is trying to do at all.
So did he say grab the pussies?
I'm sure he did. What white billionaire with money ain't out there grabbing pussies?
Did you hear the same thing I heard when he was on with Billy Bush, and he said just grab him by the pussies? Was that taken out of context?
Okay, well, you had Biden refer to black kids as jungle
No, I'm not
monkeys,
talking
and
about
they still put
Biden.
him in office. So explain that one to me.
Please don't deviate. Don't deflect. Don't trump me. Here
I'm not
is you
deflecting. I'm answering your question.
grabbing by
If
the
you
pussy.
have a
Yes or no?
problem with a grown man who is, I'm sure at one point was getting all the pussy in the world, and he made a joke, a misogynistic
That's
joke
not
with his buddies
no.
that said,
I'm not
grab
doing
them
this,
by the
man.
pussy. So let me ask you a question. You as a man have never been to a strip club or have never been to a female who was whatever, because I don't know what the young woman was doing. He said to grab by the pussies, but you never made a reference to smacking woman on the ass or nothing
No.
like that at a club with your
You
friends.
know why?
So we're going to judge the president because he said to grab the woman by the pussy. So you think he was telling the nation, every woman you see, just grab them by the pussies? Because I'm saying that's okay. That's how you
Let
took
me
that?
tell you why I would never have said grab them by the pussies, because that's a jail sentence. That's the mind of a rapist. That's the mind of a molester. That's the mind of a pedophile. That's the mind of a man who wants power over a woman and her body. That is forcible. So yeah, ain't no grabbing by the pussies this way. We're not gonna do it.
Okay. Okay.
So let's have this.
Well, that's good to know. That's good to know.
This comments about the Central Park Five. How do you feel about that?
They were already
They were
so okay.
exonerated. They were exonerated.
What I learned about it was I'm sorry, what you said?
And they were exonerated. They were free.
Mm-hmm.
They were very well paid for their time in prison. And
Mm-hmm.
still pushing the same rhetoric at his rallies. And now they're suing him. So how do you feel about that?
What was the rhetoric that he put in his rallies recently about them? What did he say?
That they're still guilty. That they're still guilty. And
So he said specifically, he said, in those Central Park Five guys, I don't care what they were exonerated over, they're still guilty. Those were basically the words that came out of his mouth.
Just
Hello?
answer the question. That's all I want. How do you feel about him and the Central Park Five?
You said that he made a recent comment, so I'm trying to get some context about it before I answer your question, because that would make a difference.
Here's the context. He still feels they're guilty, and they should be in prison.
So what I'm asking is, you said you watch all of his debates and his things where he's speaking. So no, you didn't give me the context. I'm asking you. I said, are you saying that Trump said out of his mouth that I still presently believe the Central Park Five are guilty and they should be in jail? This is what he said recently?
Many times, and just recently, yeah.
When did he say this just recently? Because I want to look this up. I want to see him that he said this. Huh?
I got 2 left feet. I'm not dancing. I got 2 left feet. I'm not going to dance with you. I just want to answer the question.
No, what you said was you like to debate. So don't backtrack out of the debate. You're going to ask a question. If you want a valid answer, if you want a valid, respectable answer from me, then answer my question, because I'm absolutely going to answer yours. But that's what you're doing when you're dancing. It seems like if I'm not answering the question the way you want me to, now you're bouncing around. So we can do this all day, but I'm sure Monty don't want to occupy the live with you dancing around the questions you just asked me. So if you want to get feisty, Mike, we can get feisty. I'm sorry. Go ahead and say it again.
Right now, I'm gonna give. Listen. I'm not gonna talk over you. You're not gonna talk over me. We're gonna talk like civil adults. That's
Okay.
why people that talk over one another ain't really got much to say. So I have a lot to say. Number one,
and I'm listening. That's why I'm asking you questions, Mikey J. I'm listening to you.
The man is a bona fide bigoted racist. Number one, he doesn't want black people in his buildings. That's a fact. Number two, he took out a 4-page ad against the Central Park Five. Now they're exonerated. He's still spewing the same rhetoric. That's a fact. Number two, he sexually assaulted women. He done raped women. He done called black people out of their names.
Like what? What did he call them? What did he call them?
I just said, don't talk over me. I'm not dancing with you right now.
I'm asking you questions. You're listing things, so I'm asking you questions. You can't just say something and think, oh, it's a fact because you're saying it's a fact. So I'm asking you to back up your facts.
What was the question? What was the question?
You said that he called black and Spanish people names. I said, what did he call them exactly? I'm curious. What did he call black and Spanish people? Jungle
Let me
monkeys.
put back at you, right? Since you have so much Trumpology in you, let me ask you a question. You know, right, from what you say, you don't know about all his speeches and everything he's done. What hasn't he done to you to offend black people?
So you're mad because I'm asking you questions, Mikey
I'm
J?
not mad.
MJ?
You're not my psychologist. Listen, do me a favor. You're not my strength, which I don't have. You're not my psychologist. You don't know my demeanor. You don't know my present state of mind or emotion.
You're
I'm gonna
showing
be smart with my
me. You're showing me
personality.
right now on the
I
line.
don't listen. Number
You're
one,
getting very
I don't
defensive.
have a
You came
reason
on here,
to
you
be
said you
mad.
wanted to debate. You're telling me not to talk
That's
over
what we're
you, but as
doing.
soon as
So
I
you
ask you
don't
a
know the
question
difference
and I'm
between
waiting for a
everyone
valid
has
answer,
debate.
you're
All right, so
talking over me.
Mikey, so I'm gonna be the moderator, Mikey. All right.
Yeah, thank you. All right, cool.
So what is the question that you have for Joy?
So I'm just trying to get back to the why does he think I'm bad? Because why would I be mad? I'm not in the presidential race.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living well. I'm blessed. I wake up every morning
That's
great to everything. So
so that's
my
peace.
question to Joy is, what hasn't he done that you think he didn't offend black or brown people or women?
So you're asking her what? What you're trying to say? He's done a numerous amount of things to offend black and brown people. Her question to you is, like, what facts do you have? Like, what have you heard him say verbally out his mouth to make you feel that he has offended the black people, the black man or woman?
I mean, honestly, my brother, and thank you for moderating, man. It means a lot. He's done so much, man. It's where do I start?
Yeah, just give her one, or give the people one.
Give her one.
Give her one.
Central Park Five.
Okay, so what did he do? What are you saying in reference to the Central Park Five? You talking about back in the '80s when they first got arrested? I think it was, or you talking about now, the present time that he's.
Yeah.
So you want to start? You want to start with the '80s?
Yeah, we can go with both. And it's see a closet racist or a closet bigot will never blurt out what they want to blurt out. So what they do, they give you undertones. So Donald Trump is very good at being undertonish.
Mm-hmm.
So his undertones of racism and bigotry is always there. But it came full bloom even more. Even more this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about what he said. It's about everything that he said that was towards black, brown people, women, calling Kamala Harris stupid. So one thing I will never approve of, and I love everybody, man, black, white, Asian, but I would never allow a white person to call another black person stupid, low IQ, shit people, all that. And he has done that to this woman.
Okay, all right. So to back it up with the Central Park Five, right? I remember back in the days. I don't remember exactly when it happened, but I do recall that when this did happen, he wanted to lock. What did he say? Give him the death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
That was his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, did he say that? And I'm asking both of you guys this question,
Mm-hmm.
right? Did he say that because they admitted to the crime, Mikey?
When he said what he said in the 80s, it was before he even was found guilty. That I do know.
Okay.
And then when he was found not guilty, I mean, then he took out a full-page ad. That's when he did the death penalty thing.
Okay. So what my question is that because I'm being informed too. I'm learning from both you guys, right? So when that happened with the Central Park Five, I remember the beginning, right? Were they admitting to the crime? Was that the issue?
So they gave a false confession,
Okay.
and apparently it was said that he put the ad in the paper once they already arrested them and they were getting ready for their indictments after they confessed. We all know the confession after the fact. We know that confession was coerced.
Okay.
Donald Trump, being the millionaire, billionaire in the city, put out the ad saying, like, these guys are guilty. They need the death penalty. And I'm paraphrasing. But basically, that's what he said. He said they're guilty So
So
it
he said
wasn't
that.
that it was, oh, these black boys before and they were just being condemned by the public. They said they did it. Even though watching it after the fact, we all know those boys were coerced and pressured to say that they did it.
After
But
the
at the
fact.
time, the interviews weren't released.
Mm-hmm.
So all you know is that you have these young boys. They're saying that they were with a mob of people in Central Park and they raped this woman and they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So his ad was based on these boys' confession that they did it. They said they were there. They said everybody who was there, they said they did it. So now everybody's looking at it as they did it. However, here we are decades later, and I think this was actually the early 90s. I don't think it was in the 80s. But
Okay,
here we
so.
are decades later, and that
Mm-hmm.
ad was used to say, look, he is racist. Look what he said about these innocent boys who at the time nobody thought they were innocent because you had a jury. Not, no, I'm gonna rephrase that. I take that back. I didn't mean that. Not that nobody thought that they were innocent, but these boys confessed, and then you had a jury who found them fucking guilty. So it's not like he was the only one. It was going against public opinion. Now, I'm not saying that I'm ever okay with any white man saying that four black boys and a Spanish boy need to be put to death.
Yeah,
I'm not okay with that. But if there's
yeah.
extra context behind it, intention is everything. Was it his intention to be a racist and say that? I don't think so. However, it's being used to paint it that day. Now, he also made another point saying that Trump never wanted black people to live in his buildings. That's a fact. That's a fact that I'm going to counter against because it's a fact that he let Jesse Jackson stay in the Trump Towers during the 80s when Jesse Jackson put the Rainbow Coalition together for a few years in support of the Rainbow Coalition. This is a fact that can be verified, confirmed, and looked up. It is another fact that Jennifer Hudson, the singer, and this isn't just in the 80s. A couple of years ago, I think it's like 10 or plus years ago. I don't know if you remember when Jennifer Hudson, the black singer, when her mother and sister were killed by her sister's man, he let her stay in the Trump Towers for over a year in Chicago, where she was from, where the murders happened. So no, it is not a fact that Trump does not want black people to stay in his thing. I just gave you two cases with very popular people that automatically counters that. Number three, you said that he does racial undertones. But again, if you're looking at sources who are telling you the man is racist and then they're editing certain things to support that, and you don't go look for it in its entirety yourself, then yes, you're going to have that impression. But what you're not going to do is get on this line and come here and try to point your finger at me like shame on me because I've done my research and I don't see the man as a racist. That's what you're not going to do, MJ. So you can be very passionate and have respect for everyone. I do too. But don't come on here and thinking that you're going to tell me it's shame on me because you think I'm idolizing Trump when I have said several times today, including I don't idolize this man, but I'm not going to idolize Kamala either. And I don't care if everyone thinks that Kamala should win because we look alike. I don't support, she's a demon walking to me. I'm going to say it however I want. And I call the Kamala, I'm going to call the Kamala.
Now you see, that's what white folks do.
I don't think about what white people do because I don't live my life based on, and that's a problem y'all also have too. Y'all want to sit here and be like, oh, well, the white man is trying to oppress us. That's why you're going to be oppressed. I'm not sitting here thinking about what no white people do and think. I don't live my life based on white people, MJ. Now, if that works for you, don't talk over me because I'm not finished making my point. Don't talk over me, MJ, because I'm not finished making my point. Now, again,
Mikey, hold on 1 second. Go ahead.
yes, MJ. So if you want to specify that you feel like, well, there's undercover or overt racist tones, you don't have to like the man. That's okay. You absolutely could hate Trump all you want. That's not going to make me like Kamala, what's the other way they say her name? However you say it, Kamala. You're not going to make me like her anymore because you and a collective other group of people to look like me think I should. That's not going to happen. But thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. And this was nice going back and forth with you, MJ. I hope all is well in your life. I hope everything is going well with you. It was good speaking to you tonight.
Why are you so mad?
Nah, you know what it
No,
is, though,
you
Mikey.
see me laughing. You're the one that's being aggressive. You called him, you got in your feelings, and you got mad.
I'm so angry. Like,
Nah, you know.
it's good. You gotta tell me I have a good life. Like, my life is great. Look, I just want to say this, man. I'm gonna hop
So
off.
you,
No
so
doubt.
me saying, I hope everything is going well in your life. You took that as something negative. You're in the negative stance right now, bro. I don't know what to tell you, MJ. I
He's gonna
don't
he's
know what
gonna
to tell you.
he's gonna wrap it up right now, Jordan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think he already has. You
I
already
tell you
have,
what, let's do
MJ.
this.
Go ahead.
I have a very nice Instagram following, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to bet my life. I take 2 shots to the back of my head that if we had this same debate, it would chew her up.
I'm not
I am on.
worried about that. I'm not worried.
I
I stand
I need
strong where
you
I
to
am,
hold
MJ.
on
I'm
top.
not worried about
And
that.
I actually know a real life Candace Owens lookalike. Like I'm actually on the line with Candace Owens. That's who you are. You are Candace Owens. He turns a, like, how do you turn a blind eye to everything that Trump is, and you're trying to flip it as if it ain't?
Well, listen, my
I'm embarrassed to know you. I'm very embarrassed to know you and disappointed, and I never knew that this is the person who you are, and you are an embarrassment to not just women, but to the Black and brown community and to yourself. And with that being said,
Yo, I mean, and he said I'm mad. You heard that? He said I'm
and I
mad
thank you,
though.
my
You hear
brother.
what he just?
And if you really want to know the truth, my brother,
mm-hmm.
add me on Instagram, and I will send you all the proof that Donald Trump is a piece of shit. You got my word on that. God bless. May the Lord Yahweh and Yahshua bless y'all. Candace Owens, thank you very much.
All right, that's peace, brother. That was deep. That was deep.
Ooh, he said
Listen,
he
man.
embarrassed to know me. MJ,
No.
if you don't go sit the fuck down and go have a seat, MJ. Boy, this nigga said he is
That was deep.
embarrassed. I'm an embarrassment to black people. Monty,
But
why you got me on this platform and I'm up here embarrassing these black people?
no, you listen. No, you're not embarrassing black people. You're not embarrassing brown people. You know, this platform is there for everyone to speak their mind, to speak how they feel respectfully. You know, um, I just know when I asked him, what has Donald Trump done to offend, black people or said to offend black people, because, this platform is for not just to educate everyone, but
Uh-huh.
for me to be educated also. You understand what I'm saying? To empower each other. I just knew
Uh-huh.
that he had to think about it. Like, for someone who felt so strong about Donald Trump and what he's done or said, to black people or brown people, I thought he'd be like, oh nah, he said this, he said that, he said that. But I just know that
Listen,
our community we have been conditioned to feel a
no,
certain way.
but this is
Wow.
what I'm talking about. So to
Yeah.
see things like that, that's what's disappointing to me, because when he called in already feeling some kind of way towards me, because he said he can't see how my point of view is over here when he feels like everybody can see that this is what it is. But when he used his points and I countered with them, he kept getting madder and madder. And then he said he didn't want us to talk over each other. Okay, but then I started doing it again, because you're not about to sit here and disrespect me and call me no embarrassment. MJ, if you don't go sit the
Yeah.
fuck down somewhere, I'm
Yeah.
not with all
Yeah.
that. And this is what I'm talking about. People get in their feelings. People don't know how to have debates and not take it personal. How many times, whether he's watched other lives or not, how many times have I said, I could
Mm-hmm.
care less? What Trump
Uh-huh.
eats doesn't make me shit. But it
Yeah.
doesn't change my opinion when it comes to, I don't believe that he's as bad of a person as he's
As,
being painted out to be. And I'm not going to sit here and vote for her just
mm-hmm.
because she's not him, or because they trying to push her off as sister girl. I am
Mm-hmm.
very offended by that. Now, that's the racial undertones that black people need to be offended by. The fact that she sits there and be like, oh, and I ain't, and child, and
Mm-hmm.
that's pandering. But again, you could be wrong and strong over there, MJ, but you're not going to come on here and think you're going to call me names and talk about I'm embarrassing anybody. That's
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
not going
Yeah.
to do.
Gotta be
You do that over there
respectful.
with your followers, MJ, and I very much hope you hearing this message right now. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
We will not go there, and I'm gonna keep it cute and I'm gonna keep it professional, but don't play with me. All
Yeah.
that embarrassing, and I'm Candace Owens. Actually, that Candace Owens shit I liked. Because I respect Candace Owens. You may not like what she says,
That was
but
a
she knows
compliment.
how to articulate herself. Yes, and I got on my Chanel pins like I think I'm better. I think I'm better than my black and Spanish people because I'm over
Yo,
here trying to be
chill.
Candace Owens.
No, I can't, yo. That was a compliment.
That was a
He said,
compliment. So thank you, MJ. Thank you.
I can't. It's just that, I just know as the black community, we've been conditioned to not like Trump and to feel that Trump is a racist. And, we've been also conditioned to support the Democratic Party, you know, die hard through the thick and thin. And it's just important for us. I hold myself accountable. Like, I got to do more research. I know it's too late. I'm gonna do as much, whatever more research I can before the 5th, before the 7th, whatever day it is.
It's never too
Before,
late.
huh?
It's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. Because a lot of us, black and brown, we're gonna walk in that office, walk to the booth, and we're just gonna vote for Kamala because she's a Democrat.
I know one thing when I brought up certain points or certain I made an argument to his facts, he didn't disprove them when he said something about, oh, he's racist because the Central Park Five, he just said it recently. Okay, so what did he say recently? Because again, if you're saying this, I'm not going to be like, oh, that's not true. Okay, I may disagree with it, but that's one thing I respect you about, Monty. And I just said it. Regardless of even if me and BJ is going back and forth, you still go and you be like, okay, well, this is what I found and this is what it says. And it's not to pander to any one of us. It's just, well, this is what I found. That's what I respect. Due diligence, doing your own research, because I can take what you tell me. You could tell me that homeboy that owns the store in Harlem, he's racist because you recently heard he said this and he da 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 da. And then I could do my own research and find out, well, damn, he wasn't racist. Maybe it's just a problem he's had with this kid that it escalated. Maybe he said some messed up, foul stuff out his mouth that he shouldn't have. There's things that you know what I'm saying? But now you could have a whole community who's like, no, get this man out of here. He's racist and blah, blah. Once you put a scarlet letter on somebody, it's pretty hard to take it off. We've all known situations where there's been females, she let these guys run a train on her. She be slinging dick in the back and whatever like that. And it could have just been from somebody bitter who had their own, agenda as far as what they wanted to slur her name for. Now you got the whole hood thinking, oh, she had a train run on her and blah, blah, blah. And it couldn't be true. The same thing goes for a man. All it takes is for one person to be like, that nigga's gay. He was in jail, da, 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 da. Now everybody's taking that shit as fact instead of saying, well, maybe someone is not telling the truth. So you're not going to sit here and try to shame me or anybody for not seeing something that you see as the truth because you think what you've seen is a fact. That doesn't make it a fact for me.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the back and forth. So thank you for that entertainment, MJ, because I ain't laughed like that in a minute.
Yeah, that was love. That was love right there. That was love right there. So, our little brother, little Dirk, has been arrested.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's sad to see this. The feds, they took him. He's in custody right now. I don't know what state it's in, but one of his partners from his crew, OTF Jam, or I think his name OTF Jam. That's his name.
Yeah, I think something like that.
OTF Jam. He was wearing a wire. Yeah, and he did 12 years in jail. Came home. What's his name? Little Dirk. He blessed him. Got him a house, got him a car, gave him some money for his pocket. And the sad part about it is that little Dirk, whatever this dude does, whatever he allegedly, his actions are, alleged actions are, he says them in his rhymes. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the sad part because the feds, they line all of that stuff up with these murders, with these crimes.
Yep.
All to line it up with a wire
that
someone's wearing. So, and illest part is this dude had 3 flights set up for, I think it was Dubai, Switzerland, and Italy. This dude was about to take flight.
Because he already know they coming for him.
Yeah, and
Dirty,
I
yo?
think I think even Diddy's probably sitting back like, damn, yo, I should have left. I should have took the next flight out,
Mm.
you know, when I knew something was about to go down. You understand what I'm saying? Because they want to make an example. They looking to see who they can make example of. It's unfortunate that the hip hop industry has become a pipeline to death and jail for the past 20 plus years. You
By
know,
design.
by design. It's just like
Hmm. Hmm.
we don't even gotta we don't even have to worry about putting drugs or a different type of drug. Like we don't have to, like, that doesn't even have to be our focus.
Yep.
The guns and the drugs. We can just, all we gotta do is pay them to rap about violence.
Yep.
If
Yep.
we can we can pay them to rap about violence and pay them to make movies and all the other kind of things about violence or what have you, and and then they control the media, so they control what we see on the timelines. They control what we see on MTV and VH1 and all this other kind of stuff. If we can control that, then we could these people either gonna be dead or in jail.
Yeah, we need to take our communities back. Absolutely. We
So,
absolutely need to take our communities back. And when the talk is of you got music that promotes fast living,
mm-hmm.
not thinking about creating your legacy,
Yeah.
poisoning your cells, your mind, your body, your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You got these kids feeling like they're worthless. What future do they have to live for? No real support when it comes to emotional fostering their
Mm-hmm.
growth, whether it's their talents and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for them to be
Mm-hmm.
susceptible to the music that's being pushed when
Mm-hmm.
these are their role models because they don't have real live ones in their everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
So you absolutely have the, what do you call them, the record labels who are going to continue pushing that, because guess where their money is invested? In the
Mm-hmm.
prison system, or
Mm-hmm.
life
Exactly.
insurance where they could get a quick payout because they know this one's going to crash out and burn. He probably going to get robbed or killed or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Mm-hmm.
So now that's the quick come up. Just get a young reckless rapper and let's
Mm-hmm.
put something on his body so when he do bite the dust, we collect from it. We didn't take no losses.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean? And this is why, again, we have to pay attention because it goes deeper than that. Now, when you have music that's promoting promiscuity, telling these girls, oh, these girls making songs where they talking about popping Plan Bs
Mm-hmm.
and twerking every time. And then when it comes to a political event where someone's supposed to be, look, this is supposed to be a woman who every girl in the United States should be looking up to, especially being the first woman president of the United States. You choose Megan Thee Stallion to twerk on your stage? Nah, I will never support that. Or you want to sit here and put it under the guise, and everyone talks about Trump is trying to take women's reproductive rights. Again, in my opinion, I don't see killing the baby as a reproductive right. It's infanticide. Now, it's not to take away from whatever a woman feels like that reason is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't judge. I feel like everyone should be able to make their own choice. And I don't feel like that choice should be taken away from women. But what we need to absolutely talk about is the procedure itself is used as birth control, not because in the event of I absolutely cannot have this baby. It's, oh, I was out here effing around with this nigga that I don't want to have his baby, or this nigga messing around and I'm going to have an abortion.
Yeah.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. And if people knew what they were doing with the remains of these babies, they absolutely would be enraged. If people were paying attention to the statistics when it comes to the Black and Hispanic women and the rates that the babies are being aborted in New York and New Jersey alone, it's staggering. It's something that our community collectively should be readdressing. Is this procedure being used as an emergency moment, or is it being used as birth control? Because our
Mm-hmm.
legacies and our communities are not where they need to be. We are lagging in the race. How is it that we're lagging in the race, but everybody else needs to keep going based on what we do? We're the model and blueprint for everything, for health, for spirituality, for sports, for music, for entertainment, for literature, for creation, for science.
Mm-hmm.
Science. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm never going to support anybody who's not looking to build us up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. And yeah, with the music, look at Dirk. He's the tragedy that falls under that. You rapped around the
So,
killing. You rapped about the killing of your own people, whether it was your ops, your enemies, or whatever.
mm-hmm.
But now we're saying that we don't see people who look like us as being worthy of living, because that's the music we promote and celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Music that facilitates us killing our own, them killing off our children.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking problem. So
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't think that. I absolutely don't think like, oh, this is what Dirk deserves. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's deeper than that. We need to get to the root of that and saying why do we even have this as something we're talking about?
Yeah.
Because he got the whole, and it's so messed up. And whether it's because he already knew something was coming or not, who knows? Because you know when you got money, your lawyer is gonna put you on like, yo, da 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 da. But recently, Dirk just switched his life over
We spoke about
and he converted to
that.
Islam and said
We
that he
spoke
wasn't
about
going to
that.
be rapping about that stuff anymore. And I commended that. Like, oh, good young brother, good. You know what I'm saying? Live by what you're saying, because a lot of young black brothers like to say they're Muslim because it looks like they're disciplined, but they don't live by that. They don't live by the Nation of Islam's rules and the Quran. They don't live by that every day. So I thought it was commendable that he's stepping up and doing that, but only to turn around and it's like, is this a
So
test
hold
of
up.
his faith?
Hold up. So I don't want to be the whole conspiracy theory guy, but now that I think about it, could this be a situation where the powers that be, once they saw he's committed to turn his life around, we're not gonna protect you anymore because
What purpose do you serve us? I wouldn't be surprised. What purpose do they serve them? What purpose does he serve them? Because he got the whole Chicago, well, most of them, a good number of Chicagoans and other cities and states under his thumb. Durkio is it. So imagine if he turned that around and he started rapping about something positive. Because look at Meek Mill. Meek Mill talks a lot about prison reform, but is that being reflected in his songs consistently?
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Or is he
yeah,
still
yeah.
rapping about a lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I understand they sign contracts. They have obligations to these contracts that they sign with these labels where if they do a deal, they want certain music made. That's what they're expecting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's a matter of feeding their family. I get it. But it goes back to the same. When you sell your soul to the devil, are you mad when he comes around to collect? Who do you get mad at? The same thing with Puffy. Puffy done shitting on plenty of people.
Mm-hmm.
Puffy has done devilish deals. He didn't um I'm trying to watch my mouth and my tone, but just
So
you got mad people were done dirty by Puff. So
mm-hmm.
now, even though it seems like he was looking to do something positive when it came to benefiting our culture and our people as a collective, when you sell your soul to the devil, do you get mad when he comes to collect?
Yeah. I just thought about that. I was like, yo, this dude just turned his life around to the Muslim faith, which probably means that he wasn't going to be rapping about
He said it.
crime, or he wasn't. So now they're probably like, okay, so so you turned on us. You think you don't need us? You don't. Oh, word. All right, cool.
I
Feder-
would not be surprised.
Federales, y'all still got that you still got that dude with the Y? You still got that leak? You still got that leak on them? Because if they don't got a leak on you, then you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. But if
Mhm.
they put somebody in the crew, you understand what I'm saying? So just in case you want to act up or you want to not come home, change your address.
They do it with
You understand what I'm
they do it with everybody. They did it with
saying?
Malcolm through the Nation of Islam. They did it with Fred Hampton Remember that movie that came out, The Black Judah, with Lakeith
Hmm.
Stanfield? He played the guy that said,
Yeah.
that was you know how many Cohen Cell operations they had for I'm stuttering, the Black Panther Party,
Hmm.
where they send people who look just like you, get as close to you as they can, and get you to spill it all, and the whole time they on some Judas shit.
This could easily be that, you know, and once they found out he was really gonna, you know, commit to the Muslim faith, they was like, all right, cool, we got this on you, bring him in.
How long Durkio been out as a rapper? For over 10 years now,
Over
right?
10
We could
years, over
say
10 years, over 10
the,
years.
the feds could have been built the
Yeah,
case on him.
yeah,
They make
yeah.
fed cases for niggas who don't even have that type of fame and stature and infamy in the hood.
Hmm.
10 plus years ago, several neighborhoods, several blocks in my hood had fed sweeps, where they was all doing time all together at the same time.
Mm.
So I say that to say, yeah, it looks like it could have been one of those situations. If the feds really wanted Durkee, or like you said, he's been rapping, he tells on himself all the time. They could have been built the case where they could have put him away for years ago. Why they wait till now? I think
Very,
you might be on to something.
I'm just saying, it sounds very convenient. Sounds
You on to
very convenient.
something?
You know what I mean? And you know, I commended that dude, man. You know, like, yeah, I'm a Christian, but if you trying to find God in any shape, form, or fashion, you know what I mean? We all going to the same
Mm-hmm.
person at the end of the day. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And this is why, you know, that music industry, man, is very tricky.
Oh, thanks, Quan. Quan, I'm just trying to redeem myself because a few minutes ago I was up here embarrassing black people. So I'm trying to bring it back home.
AKA Candace Owens.
AKA,
Yeah, man. You know,
I
wow, you
can't wait
know,
to watch this video back. I cannot wait to
yeah,
watch this
you gonna
video.
have some good. You gonna have some good clips. You gonna have some.
MJ. You know what's funny? I know MJ
Yeah,
because
he's following you. He follows you. He follows your pages.
years ago he booked me to do the wardrobe for Nicole Ray. Remember Nicole Ray?
Yeah.
She used to sing with Missy.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like she was trying to come back out, and I was a buyer at this boutique they had built in the Bronx.
Mm-hmm.
So he used to come there, whatever, we met. So he booked me as a stylist. And it was like on some like, just like, oh, you want to do the job? Okay, whatever. So I
Random,
did the
random.
wardrobe for her. And
Mm-hmm.
we were cool after that. Little things like, little things he would say he wanted me to do. But for the most part, it was like, it was just left at that. I haven't spoken to him
Mm-hmm.
in years. So I see a couple of lives he came on for a bit or two, but
Mm-hmm.
MJ was in his feelings today. He said, yo,
Yeah,
that was funny.
it's all good, man. You know, like we just, you know, I think that we just all have to learn to support. Like we can't be mad if somebody else is, you know, if you support one person and he's like, we gotta respect
Or
the
it's
support.
not
You
even a
know?
thing of supporting one person. It's being able to
Mhm.
have an open mind
Yeah.
and not conform to what the majority is thinking. That's
Hmm.
okay too, MJ. I could think for myself and not be embarrassing. But you know what? If you feel like I'm embarrassing you, then I don't know what to tell you
Yeah. So
because I'm not
be that.
sorry.
Yeah. Wow, that was deep. That was deep. So, and then there was an interview that um, what's his name? Little Dirk was on with Wallow. They was $1 million worth of game, and Wallow
Mhm.
literally told them, like, "Yo, like do not be the kind of people. Do not retaliate to beef that you have by killing someone."
Mhm.
Because he said the same thing happened to him when his cousin died,
Who,
who got killed.
what's the name
Wow.
said this? Oh,
Yeah, it was
Wallow said it. Okay,
yeah,
not guilty.
yeah. His
Mhm.
cousin got killed and died in his grandmother's arms, you know, and they wanted to retaliate, but they knew what was gonna come with that,
Yeah.
you know. They knew what was gonna come with that. So they didn't. And they lived to see another day. He's not in jail, you know, and these guys are very successful. And this was 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's sad.
2 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, hopefully, you know, this kid gets out of it. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but you know, these rappers got to be real careful how they moving,
You know what he
because
got to do to get out of that.
you gonna have to snitch. But we,
Sacrifice
what?
somebody. He's not going to snitch. He's not going to snitch, but it's a thing of is he willing to make a sacrifice? Because they're gonna, man.
And was there to tell on? Who was there to tell on? What you got for us?
I don't think he'll tell.
You
I
know?
don't see him as a snitching type of person, like, even if they threaten him with losing everything. But
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely wouldn't put it past him to make a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man. Rest in peace to Clark Kent, DJ Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rest
man,
in peace,
that was
Martin.
sad, man. You know, I never met dude before, but I always respected him as, you know, a great DJ. You know, I
Hmm.
think hear him sometimes on Hot 97.
Legend.
Um, yeah, big legend. Um,
Hmm.
and was he was I didn't know that he was such a great producer. Like
I
this
don't know the
dude,
extent of his catalog. I didn't really know he was. I'm
this
sure I've
dude,
seen.
I know you heard Brooklyn's Finest by
Mhm.
Jay-Z and Biggie.
Okay.
He
Hmm.
produced that. He produced what's the other one? Cashmere Thought. A couple songs of Jay-Z's first album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
He produced about a good 30, 40 joints that was like a couple of Junior Mafia's anthems and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Like this dude,
Okay.
he has a very good track record. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know he was a producer.
Me
I just thought he
neither.
was a DJ.
Well, I
Yeah,
can't
man.
say me neither because I'm sure I came across like him and DJ Premier. Like
Okay.
I know there were DJs that did a lot, but I couldn't name them off the top of my head. Like,
Hmm.
But yeah, respect goes to Clark Kent. He's
Yeah,
a
man.
legend. He's been around for a minute.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was.
speaking of DJs too, did you hear what
So,
Flex said about Shine? How Flex was going off about Shine?
let me tell you something, man. Sean, I don't know if I told you how I feel about that Sean situation, you know, with the whole documentary. You know, some say, oh, it was about his life, you know, but they wanted to like pretty much put, they wanted to make it look like it was a documentary about how Diddy turned on him or how Diddy made him the fall guy for that whole uh, club New York situation. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
The shooting. Mm-hmm.
I don't. That's not honorable for you to feel this way when you first came home. You know what I'm saying? You was doing what you was doing with your country, and then next thing you know, you hanging with Diddy, doing
Yeah, that was a little
flirting
weird
with
to me
him.
too.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you wait till this man gets locked up to say, oh, you know, he set me up and all sort of kind of stuff. Like, come on, bro. I'm not jacking that.
I think
I'm
that's
not jacking
a little like and distasteful to say it now. And he said in his defense that he was only doing business with him, that they weren't friends. This is what he was saying as they were asking questions and Belize about it, because a few of the Belizean reporters were saying, like, oh, what do you say to those who say, like, you were hanging out with him when you came home? And he said those were only business dealings and about like, money and things like that. But I think that it does kind of give off the impression that now he's more so saying how he always felt about it. And you kind of get the side eye for saying it now. Like you were
it.
still willing to do business with him, having these feelings, but it's
You
like now it's like you're disassociating yourself completely and being like, he set me up. It is a little side eye, like,
know why? You know why now? Because now he can't do business with
mhm.
him.
Yeah, it's quiet for that.
He can't.
Quiet for
You,
public.
you, you're no good to me.
Yeah,
You're no good to me. You know why he
yeah.
was out of while he was out of jail? Yeah, it probably was business because Diddy probably told him, "Yo, I'll take care of you when you come home." You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Hit him with the "Yo, I'll take care of you. I hold you down when you
I,
come home." He
I
came.
assume that he said that to him back in the day. Like I figured he let Sean take that case. He,
Yeah,
paid him off. Like, he put some bread in the account for him, made sure
yeah,
he was right, which I feel like is the only thing. That's what he should have done.
yeah. That's what.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, he told he had him. He's like, listen, you know. do your 10 years or whatever, 10, 12 years he did in jail.
Mm.
You come home, you gonna be good. I'm gonna take care of you, hold you down, you're gonna be good. And that's what he did. You know what I'm saying? He held up his part of the bargain. You know, Sean went to Belize, did the political thing, still doing it. Puffy supported him, ended up his part of the bargain. But what the sad part or the shady part about it is that now that Puff is locked up, now you throwing Puff under the bus. As if,
Yeah.
you know, like, come on, bro.
And
That's not honorable.
yeah.
That's
He
not
could he get a little side eye for that, like
that's not
real
honorable. For
time.
all of that, all of that, just let Puff sit where he's sitting. You understand?
Hmm.
And you handle whatever business you're supposed to handle as an individual, as a politician, and let
Yeah.
him.
But
You know what
shout
I mean?
out to Shine, shout out to Belize, Orange Walk in the
Yeah.
building.
I definitely want to go out there to visit, do a little vacation. I'm here. That's an awesome place to visit. You know what I mean?
Beautiful. I want to go too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That needs to be a big picture vacation.
Word,
Big,
word.
we don't worry, we gonna get to that level. You know
We
what I'm saying?
manifesting that. Yes, we are. Watch. It's
We
gonna
gonna
come sooner than
we,
we know.
exactly. We gonna get to that level. You already know. But
Yep.
wow, we had a good conversation tonight. Good political conversation tonight.
Yes.
Um, the election is not this too. I mean, come on, you always got to, the
I was
election
about
is
to
not
say,
this Tuesday.
Monty, you see, my bulletproof is working
Yeah,
because I got put up on chopping block.
yeah. But see,
They be coming
but
at me, Monty.
yeah. I let it rock, but then I had to, moderate it. Like, okay, let's get it in order. You know what I'm
It's all
saying? I
good.
like to let people, yeah, I like to let people speak their mind and stuff. Um, but yeah, it's not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, where everyone can go in to the polls and vote. Um, do your due diligence, you know, and you know, don't don't criticize people for feeling how they feel about, whichever side.
He
You understand what I'm
basically
saying?
told me, Uncle Tom. He said, "Do I want to be a field nigga or a house nigga?"
Yeah,
Which
that
Monty,
was
which one would you want to be?
that
Which
was
one
a
would you
hard.
rather be, the field nigga or the house nigga?
None of them. I ain't trying to be like they both sound crazy. Like, what kind of
What?
question is that?
MJ, I'm sorry, but we not in slavery, right? I'm nobody's nigga. Like, and I'm my niggas niggas. Like, that's it. What?
I was like, yeah. Well, maybe you should have asked him that question. That should have been a question for him.
He ain't let me get to it. Every time I asked him a question, he was changing topics. Like, he
Yeah,
would just get
yeah.
mad and change and ask another question.
Yeah. But wow. So that's what's up. That's what's up. Listen, I don't know if you watch baseball, but the Yankees game is on. Um, they're in the World Series. They lost the first game the other day. I think it was last
Oh,
night. So they're playing
oh.
again tonight. We're like in the fifth inning or what have
Mm.
you. So I think I'm gonna, take my daughter out to, little lounge, restaurant, bar spot. You know what I mean? It's
That'd
a
be nice.
family oriented location.
Mm-hmm.
I'll order something and we watch the game a little bit to come back to the house. You know what I mean? Chill out, go to church tomorrow morning or whatever.
That'd be
But
dope.
yeah, everybody out there have a good night. You have a good evening too, Joy.
Yes, you do
Enjoy.
the same. Enjoy dinner with your baby.
Yeah. And yeah, I love it. We had a good one. We had a good one tonight. That was
That,
good. That was love.
that was good. Yes.
That was love. All right,
Shout
so
out to me, and I want to give a shout out to me too for
yeah,
holding my own and not letting people poke the bear because
yeah,
I don't play when it comes to that name calling
yeah,
shit. But we could debate
yeah,
all day. Like, I
yeah.
respect everybody's different opinions, and I have no ill will towards anybody who disagrees with me. If anything, I ask for your facts and your points and your arguments so I can look them up because it might just change my mind.
Yeah,
I don't have no dog in
exactly.
this race, but you know what? I just call it like I see it. So
Yeah. Shout
thank
out.
you for having me
Yeah,
on the platform and
yeah.
expressing my little humble opinion. I don't want to be nobody's Candace Owens. I like being Joy Janelle. So
Facts,
I'm going to just
facts.
say that.
Yeah. Thank you. I think you did your thing. You held it down. You
Thank
held it
you.
down for yourself. You
Thank
held
you.
it down for the black and brown woman who are
Thank
open
you.
minded and who do their own research and stand on business. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
And I knew you would. I knew you would. You
yes,
know what I'm saying? I got faith. You understand what I'm saying? For real,
thank
for
you.
real. All right,
Yes.
love. So have a good night. Have a good night, okay?
You too. Enjoy your Sunday. Everybody have a good night. And I got to shout out MJ for calling in. I think that was dope that he called in. Even
Yeah.
though he was mad at me, he said he looked at me different.
Yeah,
Shout out to MJ for calling in and expressing his point of views.
yeah,
Look,
it's so good. It's so
MJ getting his points all day.
it's all good, MJ, man. We appreciate yo. I forgot that too. Yeah. Shout out to MJ, Mikey J, New York City, for calling
Mm-hmm.
in. Appreciate that. You know what I mean? Love
Mm-hmm.
is love.
Yeah, that's
You know
what's
what I
up.
mean?
I
And
still love you, MJ, even though you're embarrassed by me.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
night,
Respect. All
Monty.
right, good night, sis. Have a good one.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.